Hey Flute 360er! Welcome to Flute 360, where we take a holistic approach to the modern flutist. Here, we explore your personal, artistic, and career journey, helping you own your unique voice and amplify it to the world. I believe in your potential, and my God-given mission is to guide and serve you so that you can thrive both on and off the stage. Let's work together to unlock the artist within you and take your flute journey to the next level. Today's episode is episode number 302, and it's titled, Just Drink the Pickle Juice. Hey there, Flute 360er. Welcome back to another podcast episode, and thank you so much for plugging back in to today's content. I appreciate you being here, and I'm curious, how has the start of your October been so far? It's a great time for me. I love the start of a new month. I think it's fantastic. It's a wonderful opportunity to pause, stop, be still, evaluate, self-reflect before going into the next batch of a new set of 30 days. And I think October is a great time too, just because we are wrapping up the year 2024 with a bang going into the fourth quarter. For you business owners out there, let's go out with a bang. Let's crush your end of your 2024 annual goals going into the fourth quarter with pizzazz, enthusiasm, and confidence. You've got this. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about pickle juice. Yes, pickle juice. I know it's like, what the heck is she on? But we are going to do it. It's going to be great. Before we dive into the juicy, wink, wink, content, we are going to highlight an upcoming event that's coming into and through the Flute 360 world. That is a session at the end of the month for October 2024 with my special friend, colleague, and former professor, Dr. Danette Derby McDermott. It's a Flute 360 Accelerator Program session, and it's going down on Saturday, October 26, 2024, from 11 a.m. Central Time to 1 p.m. Central Time. We have her for an hour plus, maybe, and depending on who registers, and she is a Baroque flute expert. If you are working right now on Talmud fantasies, Bach sonatas, a Quantz concerto, hit me up. This is the session for you. I don't care if you're getting ready for an NFA competition, a Texas Flute Society competition, you just want feedback because you love Baroque music and you want an expert listening into your interpretation, the Baroque performance practices, ornamentation, and everything in between. Dr. Danette Derby McDermott is your flutist. She has a lot of amazing articles out there through Flute Talk, the NFA, and other online mediums. So definitely check her out and let me know in the next 2 weeks if you want to be one of the performers for her 10/26/24 session at 11 a.m. Central Time. Great. Now let's dive into today's content. So story time. You guys know, the avid listeners out there, you know that I've been going through a rehab program for my neck, scapula, shoulder area for these past 2 years. And I am on the mend. I am doing really well. So thank you for your heartfelt prayers and thoughts. I feel them, I see you, and I so appreciate your friendship and support. With that being said, these past 85 days through a really intense and really strategic rehab plan has been serving me well. I have been really reflecting on the foods that work for me and don't work for me, exercise regimens that, again, work for me and don't work for me, and really establishing a very good, healthy sleep routine. Those three spokes in my health wheel has really served me well. So I say that because if you are going through a season of ups and downs with your health, you have resources. Be your number one advocate, your number one health advocate, and seek out professionals who can support you and serve you through this season. But anyways, I got off track. And let me get back on track. And that is through my rehab, I have been strategic with getting the blood flowing. So the beginning of July 2024, I hit a wall. I hit a massive brick wall where I woke up one day and I looked at Eric dead in the eye and I said, if you do not help me get through this, I'm gone. Like, I can't take this anymore. The pain was, and no longer is, but at the time was so excruciating, I couldn't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. And he said, okay, great, we're doing it. This is what we're going to do. And he basically lovingly threw me on a treadmill, put me on an incline of like 10, 11, or 12, and said, walk. Walk for a half a mile this week, next week, 3/4 of a mile, the next week, a mile, and we are going to get your heart pumping new, fresh blood throughout your body. And I have been doing that 1 mile in the morning, 1 mile in the evening, religiously for the last 85 days. And it has helped a lot. I've had a few flare-ups here and there along the way, but that's good information for me to notate in my health journal. It's like, okay, wow, I had some corn tortilla chips at Chipotle. Not good. That's not doing me any favors in terms of flare-ups. I am inflamed when I eat that specific food. Noted, will not do it again. So anyways, it's a progress. It's a progression. You live and learn. With that being said, one of the things that I have learned as I am walking a mile in the morning and a mile in the evening at an incline, your body will adjust and it will tell you the things that it needs in order to support this new lifestyle. One of the things that I've noticed in my body is either like late at night or early in the morning after an exercise, I would get these horrible, horrible Charlie horses in my calves. Have you ever had that before? Where it's like this huge knot and it's burning and you're just like, oh my gosh, get me out of this. They're muscle cramps, right? And Eric kept telling me, drink electrolytes. So I did that. I started drinking coconut water, thinking, okay, yep, I've upped my A game, got this. It still wasn't enough. And so I just watched my water intake, still not enough. Still was waking up with these horrible Charlie horses in the middle of the night. So Eric was like, all right, girl, the next thing that I can think of is pickle juice. And he knew what he was asking me to do because as my husband and as my best friend, any family member or friend of mine knows that I hate pickles. I can't stand the taste of pickles. Never have, probably never will. And I just don't like that food. And for him to suggest to drink the pickle juice, oy vey, I thought there's no way I can do this. But he goes, just try. I put it off. I put drinking the pickle juice to the back burner. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm just not. I will find another way. Because literally the pickle juice in of itself just makes me want to gag. But I was tired of the muscle cramps. I was tired of being woken up in the middle of the night to rub out my leg and to somehow get through the pain. And he would be like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, drink the pickle juice. And at some point, I had to give up. And it's mainly because I was so tired of staying stuck and not progressing towards relief, finding relief, right? So reluctantly, I decided the next day, okay, let me drink a swig of pickle juice before my workout. After my workout, I should be good. Sure enough, it did the trick. I hate it when that boy is right, but it did the trick. And this taught me a huge, important lesson, not just for our flute playing and our career, but just life in general. And what I realized was the pickle juice, it's temporary. The taste in my mouth is temporary. It only lasts like 10, 20, 30 seconds, and that's it. And even though I knew it was an aid to help me get out of long-term discomfort, I avoided it like the plague. So what's the pickle juice in your life right now? What are you avoiding? What task are you avoiding in your career or in your flute playing that you know deep down could really push you forward into the next level, but you avoid it like the plague because you don't want to taste that, air quote, pickle juice? Sometimes we need to embrace short-term discomfort, whether it's stepping out of our comfort zone or tackling something difficult to avoid the bigger long-term pain of staying stuck and not progressing. So I think it's facing those temporary challenges that we truly push ourselves forward and experience real growth. Think about it, like tackling flute repertoire like Jolivet, Prokofiev, Ibert, perhaps where there's a lot of challenges with double tonguing or triple tonguing. Are you avoiding the double tonguing exercises, the AKA pickle juice, in your practice sessions because you think it's going to be unbearable? But you know deep down that exercise, whether it's from the Stallman book, the Clarity book, Trevor Y, it doesn't matter. You know deep down that double tonguing, triple tonguing exercise is going to serve you. It's going to pull you out of your temporary pain and help you with your long-term goals, like challenging repertoire, etc. And the crazy thing is about this whole pickle juice analogy is later I did some scientific research. It only took me 2 seconds. I love Google. Google is great for that. But in Michigan medicine, I Googled how much pickle juice do I need to actually consume to help with my muscle cramps. Turns out it's just 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. So let me go ahead and read this quote from this study. In previous studies, just 1 tablespoon of pickle juice has been shown to stop experimentally induced cramps pretty effectively. It's the acid in the brine that triggers nerves in the back of the throat, which then turns the cramp off. And what I will do is I will go ahead and put a link in the show notes so you can read the entire article for your own reading, binging galore. But that is astonishing to me, just 1 tablespoon. So even kind of the lies behind how much pickle juice you need to consume can throw you off too. In my brain, when Eric said drink pickle juice, I was being overdramatic. I was being drama queen galore and going, oh my gosh, I have to drink the whole glass jar of pickle juice. Come to find out, it's just 1 tablespoon. Same thing with your flute exercises. Are you telling yourself a lie? Are you telling yourself, oh my gosh, I'm empathetic, I'm not pointing any fingers. Are you being drama queen and thinking, oh my gosh, I have to do all the articulation studies in the Paul Edmund Davies book before I can finally get to Jolivet? Probably not. It probably only takes 10, 20 minutes of strategic, effective practicing with those double tonguing exercises to bring you that much closer to your playing goals. Or perhaps in your flute business, are you avoiding putting together an amazing landing page or a website or putting together ad copy for an affiliate page? And you are avoiding that task like the plague, just like the pickle juice, because you don't like the taste of it. You don't want to learn something new because it's uncomfortable. I get it. I totally empathize with you. but think of the long-term results. Think of your long-term goals. That pickle juice, or AKA learning how to build out a funnel for your business, is temporary. Sometimes we have to face short-term discomfort to avoid the greater pain of staying stuck or not progressing. So what I realized was it pained me more to wake up every morning at 2 a.m. with Charlie horses than it was to drink the teaspoon of pickle juice. I want you to step outside of your comfort zone. What task on your to-do list towards your flute playing goals or towards your flute business are you avoiding? What's one task that you can conquer today to get you that much closer towards these goals? That pickle juice is only going to last momentarily. And I don't want you avoiding it, even though you know it could be a good aid to get you to the results that you want that much quicker, better, and faster. So what is your pickle juice? Feel free to share with me your pickle juice story in the social media, DM, Messenger, etc. And I laugh because, yes, I really do want to hear from you. But at the same time, I'm like, oh man, some of the subject headers to some of these messages can be quite interesting. I'm sure of it. You guys are a creative bunch of amazing friends. So I would love to see you at the end of October, and we can talk about this kind of stuff in the mastermind portion. If you want to pick my brain or somebody else's brain about how to jump over said hurdle, how to conquer that landing page, how to conquer your performance anxiety, whatever is going on in your flute career world, I believe in you and I'm here for you. Thank you for listening, and until next time. Thanks for tuning in to Flute 360. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. Follow the show, and if you could, take a moment to rate and review. It helps more flutists like you find the podcast. Your feedback means the world to me. Stay connected, keep amplifying your voice, and I'll see you in the next episode. Let's talk about flute.